What's up, shit? Timbers here. Since we are, of course, in the month of of September, I decided to go ahead and do my anticipated of the month list, where I, of course, do my top 10 anticipated movies coming out in the month of September. Lots of really good ones to look forward to. I mean, it's not as like packed as you really think, but there are some pretty good stuff to like good looking stuff here. Number 10. I wasn't really sure if I was going to add this on my list because I mean the film is okay and all. But I mean, the title actually does look a little intriguing. Number 10 is Downton Abbey on the grand finale. Again, I'm not really like a Downton Abbey guy or anything like that. I mean, I'm not like a Downton. I don't know what their fans are called, to be honest. But I do like quite like the movies that came out from it, and this actually does look pretty decent. You know, it of course follows the Crawley family facing social changes and scandals here. And it's of course the pretty much the finale, like the ending of the franchise here. And of course, you got Hugh Bonneville, Paul Giamatti, Michelle Dockery. I'm definitely looking forward to see this one. The trailers have looked pretty decent, looked pretty heartfelt. So again, I don't know if I'm like if it's gonna be as good as the others, but it does look intriguing. So we'll see how it is. All right. Number 9 is the horror film Him. Now, of course, Him is the Jordan Peele produced movie starring Marlon Wayans, Julia Fox, and it blends like sports and horror as a young football player uncovers dark secrets while training with a legendary quarterback. And it does look pretty creepy here. Marlon Wayans, I mean, very more serious tone than we're used to seeing him in. I mean, he has obviously done serious stuff before, like Record for a Dream and all. But yeah, this thing does look like to be really interesting to check out. Does look creepy. Tyreek Withers, after seeing him in the new I Know What You Did last summer, I'm definitely intrigued to see him in another horror film here, and this does look pretty good, so we'll see how this one is. Alright, number 8 is The Conjuring Last Rites. Now, I'm not as too excited for this one, because, I mean, I thought the other Conjuring movies were good, but Michael Chavez hasn't really put out, other than the last Conjuring movie, really, hasn't put out, like, of course he did The Last Nun, he did La Llorona, but that's really it there. Now, of course, this one is where Ed and Lorraine Warren take pretty much are tackling the Samari family haunting. And the trailer actually does look intriguing, though. Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson, I think, reprising their roles as Ed and Lorraine Warren. They both look great here. Does look pretty creepy. I cannot wait to see the. Because word has it, we're supposed to be getting a giant sized Annabelle scene here, which I definitely cannot wait to see that one. I mean, that's look intriguing to say at least. Hopefully, it's a good one, but we'll see. All right, number 7 is Spinal Tap 2: The End Continues. Now, of course, this is the sequel to This is Spinal Tap, and you do got cameos by the likes of music legends like Paul McCartney, and the trailers. Oh, Trisha Yearwood. The trailer for this does look pretty fun. Of course, the original Spinal Tap is a classic. You got Rob Reiner coming back to direct and returning for this as well. I mean, Rob Reiner makes some, pretty has always made some iconic directing films before. So I'm definitely looking forward to see this. Hopefully, it is a good one. But we'll see. All right, number 6 is Twinless. Now, Twinless stars Dylan O'Brien and James Sweeney, who, of course, James Sweeney also directs this. And the story is about two young men bonding over the loss of their twin, Arthur. And the trailers for this does look heartfelt. Does look like an interesting heartfelt drama. Dylan O'Brien looks great in this. I think this does look intriguing to check out. The film's unique premise makes it definitely makes it for a standout. So I'm intrigued to see this one. Hopefully it's good, but we'll see. All right. Number 5 is a movie titled The Threesome. Now this is a rom com that stars Zoe Deutsch, and of course, speaking of the new I Know What You Did last summer, Jonah Howard King is also in this. And it explores like a love triangle that sparks by spontaneous threesome, diving into themes of accountability and adulthood. And It actually does look pretty charming here. Zoe Deutsch, I think, looks great. Does definitely has some funny aspects to it. So I'm intrigued to see this one. Of course, it actually premiered at South by Southwest with some really decent reviews. So that should be interesting to check out. All right, number four is A Big Bold Beautiful Journey. Now this of course stars Colin Farrell, Mark Robbie, and it's a fantasy like a romantic fantasy that follows two strangers guided by a magical GPS to revisit their past. And the trailer actually does look pretty heartfelt. Does look intriguing here. It's directed by Kodanga, who did After Yang, and he recently directed episodes of The Acolyte. So I'm intrigued to check this one out, to say the least. It does look really heartfelt. You got Colin Farrell and Mark Robbie in this. That piques my interest. So I'm intrigued to see this one when it comes out. All right, number three is Eleanor the Great. Now, Eleanor the Great is the directorial debut by Scarlett Johansson, and stars June Squibb, Aaron Kellyman, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and it's about a 94-year-old Holocaust survivor sharing her story, and it's a uplifting yet feisty tone. And June Squibb, who I still think should have got an Oscar nomination last year for Delma, I think June Squibb looks incredible in this. Chiwetel Ejiofor looks great, looks really heartfelt. I mean, definitely has a standout award potential. So I'm intrigued to see this one. I mean, June Squibb is like in her 90s and she still has it. You know what? She's incredible. Whether it's her Oscar nominated performance in Nebraska, or appearing on shows like Big Bang Theory, Shameless. She's appeared on. I mean, she's been in some really cool stuff over the years. All right, number two is The Long Walk. Now, this is, of course, based on the book by Stephen King, starring Cooper Hoffman, Mark Hamill, David Johnson, many others. And, of course, it depicts a brutal walking contest where 100 young men must maintain 4 miles per hour or, get executed here. And the trailers for this thing has looked really decent. And they also do have a really weird screening where, I kid you not, they put treadmills inside the deer, right? And you have to like walk on the treadmill for I think like 48 hours or something like that or whatever. Or I don't remember how many the limits, but yeah, you gotta actually walk on the treadmill, and if you like stop or whatever, they actually security will actually escort you out. I'm like, thank heaven my deer is not doing that because I would not be participating in that at all. But that aside, the long walk definitely looks pretty decent though. Does look pretty fun. Looks really intriguing. So I'm definitely intrigued to see that one when it comes out. And my number one anticipated film of September is probably my number one anticipated film of the rest of the year actually, and that is One Battle After Another. Now this is the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Regina Hall, Tiana Taylor, Alana Haim, and it's of course set in present day, which I actually thought this was gonna be like set in like the 70s or whatever. But anyway, and it boasts like a massive budget here, and you got DiCaprio who plays a washed-up revolutionary, promising promising a wild action-packed ride here. It does look really intriguing, to say the least. Leo DiCaprio I think looks great. Of course you got PTA directing this. That piques my interest. So I'm intrigued to see this one when it comes out. It does look really fun. Does look entertaining. So I'm all for it. Although I'm a little concerned that it's not premiering at any of the film festivals. That is probably one concerning part. I mean, Venice just happened. Has not premiered at Venice. I don't think it's premiering at TIFF, so very odd that it's not premiering at any of the major film festivals. But anyway, maybe this actually might not be the award contender that we think it's going to be. But who knows? Hopefully it's still going to like was contender or not. We'll see. Anyway, here is, of course, my quick rundown. Number 10, Downton Abbey: The New Era. 9, Him. 8, The Conjuring: Last Rites. 7, Spider Tap 2. 6, Twinless. 5, The Threesome. 4, A Big Bold Beautiful Journey. 3, Eleanor the Great. 2, The Long Walk. And number 1, One Battle After Another. Now, there's loads of other ones coming out that I probably could have added. Like that. I was going to include this on the list because I thought the trailer they sent. The Senior, which is the new Michael Chiklis football movie coming out on the same day as him, by the way, that actually does look intriguing. I mean, Angel Studios could be whatever, but this actually does look like be interesting to check out. All right, what else we got here? I'm not really interested in Light of the World. That Solo's boring. We got The Cut with Orlando Bloom. That looks intriguing. A Christmas movie called Baltimore's. That's right. Even though we're in September, they already got a Christmas movie coming out. So yeah. Very weird they're not releasing that in like December, November, or whatever. But anyway. Let's see what else we got here. I already saw this in August, but it is actually coming out to streaming this week, and that is Highest to Lowest, the new Spike Lee film. Obviously, that's not on my list because I already just saw it. So that let's see, Toy Story's Dirty. There are some anniversary screenings like Toy Story 30th Anniversary, Sound of Music, Apollo 13. I might see some of those actually. Let's see. It's We do got the Lost Bus and Steve coming out, which is the new Matthew McConaughey film and the new Cillian Murphy film. That's actually coming out to limited release in September and going to streaming in October. So there's that. Adulthood, which is the new Alex Winter film, that looks intriguing. Night of the Reaper, the trailer for that recently dropped. That looks interesting. I did not include Stranger Chapter 2 on my list because even though the trailer does look decent, the last one put a sour taste in my mouth, so I cannot really say I'm all that excited for that one. I could tell you right now, I am not interested in Gabby Starhouse, the movie. That's definitely a nowhere on my list. Roof and Bows, that could be good, but who knows? So, yeah, some interesting stuff to look forward to. Anyway, let me leave you guys. What are some of your anticipated films coming out in the month of September? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Steiner.